And welcome to Sarah's Tarot. Today I have a reading for you with regard to your love life. And I have two decks for you to choose from. Deck one is the Romantic Tarot deck, which was bought for me by my good friend Deborah at Christmas. Thank you, Deborah. And the second deck, deck number two, is the Crystal Visions Tarot deck. And that is also a really beautiful deck. It's some of you may have seen it in one of my recent videos. It's a lovely deck, especially with regard to love readings, because it has lovely subtle colours and illustrations. So there you have the two decks to choose from. If you can decide which one you feel drawn to, I'll then shuffle the cards and we'll see what's coming up for your love life this week. So I'll give you a moment to do that. Okay, so for those of you drawn to deck one, there's a Romance Angel card as well to read at the end of the reading. So let's give these cards a good shuffle and ask the universe to guide us with regard to your love life. What do we need to know this week? What's coming in? What's happening? And if you'd like to subscribe, please do so by clicking on the button below. And if you click the little bell next to it, you'll be notified of future videos and kept informed of when I upload. So you'll be the first to see the videos then. Love the design on the back of these cards as well, the red roses, which symbolise love. Okay, so let's put your cards out and then we'll have a look at them. Let's have a look at your bottom card first. The bottom card is the Hierophant. You see that there? That is the card of religion. It's a card of peace. It's a card of tradition. And as you can see, here we have a priest of some sort. Looks like he is in an Orthodox church of some sort. And so it has a real kind of traditional energy to it, that card. Okay, so let's have a look at your cards then. Your first card is the Six of Wands. What a lovely card. And in this particular card we have two people, lovers, in their rowing boat. The pictures appear to relate to kind of the Victorian era, or maybe just before, perhaps earlier than that, but a very vintage, very old-fashioned pictures. But here we have two lovers, perhaps on a Sunday afternoon, out for the day together and enjoying themselves in this wonderful on this wonderful lake in their little boat here. There's clearly a lot of love between them. This is a successful relationship. We then have the World card. As you can see here, they're holding up this world ball, you know, for this young person to see. There's a big world out there, isn't there? Then we have the Empress card. She's beautiful, isn't she? Yes, this is way before the Victorian era. Yes, I'm not quite sure exactly when, but it's way before then. And yes, she really is lovely in her wonderful gown there. The Empress relates to beauty, and it relates to feminine qualities and love and nurturing. And here we have the Two of Swords, so a decision is needing to be made here. It's a wonderful example, the Two of Swords. And here we have the Two of Cups. So that's a beautiful card for love. And then we have the Three of Cups. So yes, some really nice cards. Let's look at what they mean. Okay, so your first card, the Six of Wands. As I said, this shows success with regard to whatever situation you're in. Now, if you're in a relationship, I do feel as if this is going to be a good week for you. And I feel that many of you who are with someone will find that the two of you become a lot closer. Now, it may be that at the weekend you decide to get out and about. It could be that you decide to book a holiday or some time away. Whatever it is, this is a new cycle. So this is especially important if you have found your relationship has been a bit tough recently. You have the Empress card here, and the Empress card relates to love and nurturing. So I feel that your relationship is blossoming. And this could be that some of you drawn to this have just started out with someone. Maybe you're in a new relationship. But whether you are or not, this indicates that things are going to go well, okay? I do feel there have been some challenges for some of you, but it's like you're over the worst. And people are looking at your relationship and they're quite in awe of you. You know, you appear to sort of have this great thing going on, certainly to people who are around you, certainly to the world. To the world, it appears as if everything is perfect, almost, you know. But it has taken a lot to get to where you are. And this week is a week of, I feel, rewards for your efforts. Although you will still need to nurture this relationship in order for it to continue to grow. Now, there is a decision needing to be made around this relationship as well. You have the Two of Swords. So there's something you do need to deal with, and I feel it's the two of you. I don't feel this is something that you have to deal with on your own. It's something that you both need to discuss. And I feel for some of you drawn to this deck who are in a relationship, there may be something that you've been shying away from, hiding away from, or perhaps burying your head in the sand about, okay? So there may be a small section of those drawn to this deck who have kind of hiding away from the difficulties and sort of putting on a brave face to the world. So I do feel there is an element of that for some of you. And if that's the case, and it's about really facing up to things, any issues that are going on below the surface. We did have a supermoon total lunar eclipse this week, and that literally brings up any issues that have been hidden away and forces us to look at them and speak up about how we feel. So for some of you, there will be this sort of need to pull your head out of the sand this week and deal with matters, okay? Because once you've discussed things and overcome your worries or put your cards on the table, as it were, you will start to see things in a new light, okay? And the Two of Cups here shows that, you know, this is a good relationship that you're in. So for those of you who are concerned, who do have worries, don't be afraid of the future. Don't hold back or keep your fears inside you. This is about sharing with the person that you love, you know. If our partner truly loves us, we should be able to be open about whatever is on our mind, and that's the feeling I'm getting here. And I also feel that by doing so, you will bring the two of you closer. And the Three of Cups, it indicates there'll be some kind of celebration as well. In fact, I would go so far as to say that there will be some of you drawn to this deck that may find themselves being proposed to. Perhaps someone has proposed. And there is thoughts about marriage for some of you here. We have the Hierophant, you know, and we have the Priest here, and the Three of Cups is celebrations, engagements, weddings, possible weddings, planning, that kind of thing, you know. So it is possible some of you may receive a nice proposal, or have already done so, in which case, you know, it's time for celebration. But so on the whole then, this is a week where relationships generally do well, and certainly people are in awe of what you share together. For those of you having difficulties, it's about facing up to the reality of what's going on between the two of you, and realising that, you know, things can work out once you deal with your situation. Now, for those of you not in a relationship, then I feel that the cards are basically coming in to say, you know, this is time for you to nurture yourself, okay? Sometimes we can get so hung up on lost love, or love that we so desire, that we forget about ourselves. And I feel that some of you drawn to this deck may be feeling as if love simply isn't going to happen for you. But this Six of Wands is telling me that yes, it will. It will. And this also tells me that those around you are looking at you and saying, do you know what? You can attract love into your life. So many people would love to be with you. And so many people are out there in the same boat as you. So we could look at this symbolically, you know. And they need someone in their life just as you do. So don't give up hope of this, because your world is about to open. You have this world ball being held up by these two people, and you need to realise that, you know, perhaps you have been searching in the wrong place. Maybe you need to broaden your horizons and start searching further afield, or go to different places, do different things, change your pattern of behaviour. You know, stop being so indecisive as well. Some of you may be quite indecisive with regard to whether you want someone or whether you don't. And it's about making a firm decision with regard to that particular situation. And the Two of Cups is saying that for some of you, there's someone around you who you get on very, very well with, but you're not sure of this person, are you? You're not sure whether you should allow them into your life in a romantic sense. And this is what I was saying. It's about, you know, making this decision. You're humming and hawing and you're really unsure, but I feel as if it's been a while now, and you need to sort of decide and perhaps even let this person know whether you are interested. For others, it's about getting out there, the Three of Cups, enjoyment, being with friends, you know. Don't focus so much on bringing someone into your life. And if you're feeling a bit lonely, a bit isolated, go out and be with people, whether you need to join groups, or just get outdoors. I feel as if a lot of you have been isolated recently. And I know it's cold weather, but, you know, the more you stay at home, the less likely it is that you are going to meet someone. Okay, and the bottom card here, the Hierophant, tells you that sometimes you have to kind of shake things up a bit, and you can't always do things in the traditional sense. You know, maybe you've got to think outside of the box when it comes to meeting someone. And the card, the romance angel card for this week is let go of control issues. Allow this situation to unfold naturally. So that for those of you in a relationship, you know, if there are any issues of control, then they need to be let go of. And if you're making decisions or you have issues to deal with, you know, be open-hearted. Be open-hearted and allow things to take their own course once you've sort of decided on what the two of you want to do about your current situation. And for those of you who are not in a relationship, this is asking you to take a deep breath and realise that sometimes we can't control who comes in and out of our life, okay? So just allow things to happen naturally. And that is deck 1. And I will now go on to the reading for those of you drawn to deck 2. Okay, so we'll put that there. Let's have a look then at what's coming up for those of you drawn to deck 2. Oh. Okay, so we have the unknown card. Oh, the Three of Cups. The Nine of Swords. The Emperor. The Five of Swords. And the Ten of Wands. Okay. Right. So let's have a look at the bottom card. The Queen of Wands. So it's a card that relates to being assertive, taking control of your life, just as the Queen of Wands would do. She relates to Aries, Leo and Sagittarius. And for those of you who are one of those signs or know people of those signs, you will know that this particular lady follows or dances to the beat of her own drum, okay? She can't be told what to do. She likes to lead, and she knows what she wants from life. And we'll look at how that relates to your reading this week. So this is for those of you in a relationship at the moment, and then we'll look at those of you who aren't. The unknown card. We don't quite know how things may go this week. What's coming in? Something is coming in and they're not telling us, are they? You know, this lady here has her crystal ball. So this is fate, I feel, stepping in for you this week. We have the Three of Cups and the Nine of Swords, the Emperor, Five of Swords, Ten of Wands. Okay, so now, some of you may be worrying excessively at the moment about your relationship, and you could be feeling a bit sort of down in the dumps, anxious or left out in some way. I do feel that there is a very strong character around you. This could be your partner, and it's kind of either their way or the highway. In fact, this is another Aries card, funny enough. So it may be some of you have an Aries in your life or a fire sign in your life. Okay, but this Emperor is a strong person. And I feel for some of you, it's causing you anxiety in some way. Maybe they are cut off emotionally, or maybe they're just too controlling. In fact, I would go so far as to say, for some of you, there is someone in your life who's quite intimidating, maybe a bit of a bully. And here you are feeling kind of stabbed in the back. No wonder you're quite worried or anxious. I feel as if you need to get away from this energy that you are around at the moment. The Ten of Wands shows me, again, you have a lot on your shoulders in terms of love. And of course, that's not for all of you. That's for some of you who are drawn to this deck. But there are some good friends around you, aren't there? That you're able to confide in. And here, I see you sitting here, being listened to, being counselled. We have this beautiful moon here, and this week we have had the full moon total eclipse, and it is a week for being open-hearted about how we feel, being courageous, and it's also a week where the moon highlights our needs or our lack of love, the lack of love in our life, or perhaps there's a lack in some way. Maybe you feel neglected. That's why you have this Nine of Swords or this Five of Swords. So there are challenges here for many of you, I feel. And I feel perhaps you're scared of the unknown. Perhaps it's not actually anything concrete as such. But this anxiety that you're feeling is leading you to imagine all sorts of scenarios right now, okay? But, often these are down to our imagination. And I would say to you, please don't perceive the worst, okay? But if there is this person around you that's who is intimidating you or overwhelming you, then do confide in your good friends, okay? For some of you, it may not be your relationship that's burdening you. It may be the outside circumstances that are leading you to feel this way. Perhaps it's work and a boss at work who is affecting your love life right now. Because it can do. When work is difficult, our relationship can suffer. And if so, then the feeling I'm getting here is that you may need to confide more in your partner and, help them to understand why you're feeling or behaving in the way you are. It has been a very strong full moon and emotions are high. Now, for those of you who are not in a relationship, then I do feel that many of you are a bit anxious about the future. And it almost feels as if it's a bit of a losing battle. You have this Five of Swords. Perhaps some of you have recently pulled away from a relationship or broken up with someone. And right now you're going through the healing stage, I feel. Someone who was quite unkind to you, especially towards the end of this past relationship. And it's left you in this sort of state of feeling as if you can't move forward, but you can, This is a period that you need to move past. And I feel that for many of you, it's actually a good thing that you moved away from this person, because I just get the feeling that this energy that's in this reading, this particular person, doesn't feel very nice in many ways, okay? In fact, they put a lot of pressure on whoever they're with. They have a negative energy, a controlling energy, and it's not good to be in a toxic relationship. Although it can be difficult to pull away, it's not good for you. And the Queen of Wands is saying, it's time for you to stand your ground, take control of your life, and if it's someone also with regards to this reading that you want to pull away from, you need to believe in yourself, because you do have the strength to do that if that's what you want, okay? If this person is making you feel so concerned and anxious. And let's have a look at your romance angel card for this week. You deserve love. You are lovable. Well, that makes a lot of sense to me, especially if this person has been making you feel as if you're not worthy of love, you know, the things they're saying, the things they're doing. Or especially if you have come out of a recent relationship, or you're still carrying the pain of a previous one with you. You know, try to focus on the fact that you are a beautiful person in your own right. Don't allow anyone to leave you feeling this way, to leave you feeling as if you are unlovable or unwanted, because you are not. You have no need to fear for the future. And yes, the unknown card is saying that, you know, fate is coming in to steer you in a certain direction. So we'll have to look again in the future at your, at the next reading to see if perhaps someone or something has stepped in to change matters for you. But right now, fate is kind of asking you to heal from past wounds, okay? As you can see, this lady here, you can see the blood where the swords have been put in her back. It's time to heal, you know, and time to let go of this burden that you've been carrying around with you for so long, you know. Let go of this burden. You know, go outside underneath that moon and let go of any negativity, whether you're with a partner or not this week. And take control of your destiny. Okay, because fate is going to give you a helping hand. And that is your love reading for this week. Thank you for joining me. If you'd like to order a reading for yourself, you can do so at my link below. I will see you again soon.